it is April of 2019, and he needs to get through the primary process. And through that primary process, a whole lot of things from Joe Biden's past is going to come back and haunt him, whether they are the policy positions that he has taken, whether they are ways in which he has conducted himself, including in the Anita Hill hearings. These are all things that are going to get litigated again. He needs to
Stephen Collins at CNN.com had a great line. Biden is in, the knives are out. Elizabeth Warren has deep-seated policy differences going back to his, what she says, the defense of credit card companies, representing Delaware. Bernie Sanders, known to playing really rough ball behind the scenes, and some of the early negative stories about Biden may or may not have been pushed by a lot of his candidates. So he's going to be focused on a general. His opponents obviously aren't going to just give him a pass, even though he's got a greater reservoir of affection and definition than most. Was it an unforced error out of the gate? Absolutely. The most anticipatable thing in the world. Was Anita Hill ever going to be a Biden supporter in this primary? No, probably not. And let's not forget, Biden voted against Clarence Thomas. That sometimes gets lost. I'm not sure this is what Main Street America is going to wake up saying was the biggest takeaway from Biden's first day in the campaign trail, but it's a sign of the baggage he's got. That's the negative flip side of having so much time in the public service.
The Bernie Sanders thing is fascinating. You say sometimes it's behind the scenes. Sometimes it's not so behind the scenes. Sometimes it comes in a campaign email that they send out that everyone can read. This is what the Sanders campaign said yesterday. It's a big day in the Democratic primary, and we're hoping to end it strong, not with a fundraiser in the home of a corporate lobbyist.
That's awfully specific.
Let that hang out there for a second. But with an overwhelming number of individual donations in response to today's news. So it's Bernie and his people are saying it's on.
Yeah. Oh, completely. And the friends and supporters of Biden's that I've spoken to have said that he's fully prepared for all of these attacks that he was expecting, not just from President Trump, but he knows that he is going to be the target of all of the Democratic primary rivals now that he is officially in the race. And pretty soon, you're also going to have to see Joe Biden start to unveil some policy positions. You know, he hasn't really weighed in on the big debates that have been animating the Democratic primary so far. So Medicare for all, the Green New Deal, reparations is another issue he's going to have to touch on. Impeachment, we haven't actually heard what he thinks about that in light of the Mueller report. So there are real big questions about where Biden stands, and he's going to have to start to answer some of those in the coming days.
All right, guys. Thank you all very much. Great to see you have fun at The View. Yeah. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein taking on his critics and defending how the Russia investigation, at least his part of it, was handled. We'll tell you what he's now saying. That's next.
Over. Hey, wanna try it? Okay, here we go. Over.
1 and 2.
Hey, whoa, pop. Your shoes are tied.
Ensure he's well taken care of, even as you build your own plans for retirement.